Hey, Sam, thanks for a couple of minutes this evening. Floor is open, guys. Anyone want to jump in with a question for Sam Howell? We will begin with JB Ricks. Go ahead.
What's going on, Sam? Appreciate you taking out the time. We just got done speaking to Tony, and he was speaking on you guys still being fully motivated for this season, even though you already have 2 early losses on your schedule. Are you seeing that? And what exactly is that motivation for? What are you guys playing for from here on out for the remainder of the season?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I definitely see that. Just being in the building today and being at practice this morning, we still have a lot of juice. We're still flying around, and we're still blessed, man. We're still here playing college football. We have an opportunity that not many people have, and a lot of people want. So really, we just want to take advantage of our opportunity. We like to win. Everything we do here is to win games, and we have 8 games left on our schedule. So we can either just put it in cruise control and just hope it goes well, or we can put our head down, keep working, man, and not worry about what's gone on already this season. Only control what we can control moving forward. That's kind of the mindset of this team. We have 8 games left to play, and we're going to do everything we can and win every single one of them.
Alvaro Torres, go ahead.
Hi, Sam. I hope you're having a great day. Well, my question is, you had the most pass attempts out of the 4 games in this season against Georgia Tech. How did you feel with that many attempts, and would you like it to stay that way?
Honestly, I'm pretty indifferent about it. I really don't care how many times I throw the ball. All I want to do is score points, whatever it takes, where I throw the ball 50 games or I throw the ball 10 times a game. It really doesn't matter to me as long as we're scoring. I love when we're running the ball well, and we can not going to stand right there and hand the ball the whole game, and we can score 50 points. And I also love throwing around the whole game. So really just whatever it takes to score points.
Andrew Jones.
Hey, Sam, when you watch film of throwing interception versus film of fumbling the ball, do you scrutinize it the same way? Is a fumble just how is it different when you evaluate your performance on a specific play on a fumble versus an interception?
Yeah, that's a good question. They both kind of hold the same way just because it's a turnover. That's one area where I need to do a really better job for this team, is not turning the ball over as much. I feel like, our 2 losses are due to me turning the ball over in those 2 games, and that can't happen. But yeah, it's a little different just because I think fumbling the ball is probably just a lack of focus, honestly, just letting the ball loose just for a little bit. And Georgia Tech is a team that takes advantage of it. So, ball security is definitely an emphasis all the time for us. And it's just something that I just didn't do a good enough job of on Saturday. When you watch the film, there's not really a whole lot to look at, though, like there is for an interception. For an interception, you kind of learn from it. From a fumble, it's just something that you just got to emphasize.
Duke has picked up 3 straight wins. They're going to come in with a lot of confidence. What have you seen differently from them on film during this 3-game winning streak that was different from a year ago when you guys played them and had a lot of success against them?
Yeah, I think they're just playing harder. I think when you watch them last year, you could tell they're talented, but they weren't really flying around like they are this year. And I think Coach Cullis done a really good job of getting those guys motivated. And, you can just tell they're having a lot more fun this year than it looked like last year. And they're definitely a lot more motivated, and they're having some success too. So we know they're going to come in here on Saturday and give us their best shot, so we can be ready for it.
Cool. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Adam Smith.
Hey, Sam. Like at Georgia Tech the other night, at Virginia Tech to start the season, when you're under that sort of pressure, obviously you don't ever want to get hit. I'm sure that sucks, but does it also sort of just upset the comfort that you guys have as an offense when you know that you're having to move around, move off your spot, that type of thing? Is it just along the lines of it's wrecking a play, but is it also messing with your comfort level in terms of establishing a rhythm, things like that?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think throughout the game, it probably does affect it a little bit just from a comfortability standpoint. I think all that stuff affects you. I think when you have a lot of pressure, and they're doing a really good job up front. I think it does kind of affect you in the pocket, just kind of for the whole game, honestly. Quarterbacks, they like to get into a rhythm and they like to be able to stand right there and set their feet the whole game. And, when you struggle to do that, it's not as easy. But it's just something I got to work on. I've been trying to improve my feet in the pocket since I got here. So that's just something that I got to keep improving.
You guys have been in possession of the victory bell for a couple of years now. Like, what do you do with the victory bell? Like, what type of action does it see around there?
Yeah, I mean, we have a place for it in our facility. So we walk by it, we see it every single day. Obviously it means a lot to our program, to the school, to our fans, and beating Duke is something that's really important to our team. And it's definitely an awesome celebration in the locker room after the game when you have that bell.
Thank you.
Gregory Hall.
Sam, as you were going through the film against Georgia Tech, a couple of those plays where Antoine Green was open deep and kind of missed him on the deep post. What are your takeaways from those? Is it a matter of you having to go through your progressions faster, looking off safeties? What'd you see on some of those plays where you had that option deep, but couldn't get it there?
Yeah, I think it was something different on each of those plays. But I just got to do a better job. They're doing such a good job at receiver right now, getting open deep, and I just got to do a better job of just finding any way I can to get the ball to them. I think I was a little bit uncomfortable in the pocket, and I think that's kind of what led to my eyes not being in the right place at times. I think my eyes kind of got a little worried about the rush at times, and it kind of led to me missing some reads down the field, and that's something that I can't do, especially here in my third year. I gotta be able to see those routes develop and hit them.
What's the chemistry level with your receivers at this point through 4 weeks? Obviously, new group out there. How is it gelling?
Yeah, no, actually, we feel really good about where we are in our receiver room. Honestly, coming into the season, we really didn't know what to expect just because a lot of those guys hadn't really had to play very many meaningful snaps before in a game. And I think when I've gotten the ball to them, I think they've definitely performed. So I feel really good about those guys. I just got to do a better job of giving those guys more chances.
Alvaro, go ahead.
Well, Sam, you already talked about a little about the victory bell, but how do you feel the rivalry between UNC and Duke has been growing in the past few years, and how do you feel about playing in this sort of games?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't feel much different going into rivalry games. Obviously, it means a lot to our school and really to our fans. But for us, from a mindset standpoint, obviously you want to beat Duke every single year. But me personally, I don't prepare any differently. I go through my process, and I treat every game like it's the most important game of the year, and that's what I'll do for this one.
Isabella, go ahead.
Hi, Sam. Going back to turnovers and ball security, what is your plan to protect the football against Duke this weekend?
Yeah, that's something that's definitely an emphasis for me. This is probably the first game I had a true fumbling problem since I've been here. So, all week this week, I'm really just working on ball security and making sure I have the ball tight when I'm running. And then just always trying to be smart in the passing game and don't put the ball in jeopardy. But it's definitely an emphasis. I think turnovers are the number one cause of losing a football game. And look at the games we lost, and I think I had 3 turnovers in each of those games, and that really cost us.
And how is having depth in the running back position and now you being able to run with the ball, how has that opened up opportunities down the field for you guys?
Yeah, it definitely helps. Our offense kind of works that way. The model of our offense is we kind of take what the defense gives us. So we kind of, when we have that running game established, it definitely opens up stuff down the field just because teams have to add safeties into the box. They have to load the box, and that makes them vulnerable down the field. So a big part of our offense is getting that running game going. That opens up stuff down the field.
Okay, we'll close up today with Ross Martin. Go ahead.
Hey, Sam, just a generic question about Duke. What have you seen from them on defense? What have you seen on tape that really stands out, what they like to do this season?
Yeah, I think they're doing a really good job. I think their defensive coordinator is doing a really good job. I think, coming into the year, I think they lost probably 2 really good linemen last year to the draft. So we didn't know how they're going to be up front. And when you watched on tape, I think they've really kind of impressed us up front more than we thought they would. So they're really good up front, and I think their secondary is playing really well too. They do a lot where they put their corners in press man coverage and kind of let throw them out there and let them go one-on-one the whole entire game. They've done a really good job so far in the first 4 games. So, you know, they do a really good job all around.
All right, Sam, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, guys.